So today we're going to identify trig ratios in right triangle. In right triangles, plural. What is a ratio?
I got my notes too. I'm going to tell you what ratio.
Something from something.
No. Listen.
Stop.
Listen.
Stop. Stop.
A ratio is a comparison of two quantities using division. The ratio of quantities A and B can be expressed as A to B, AB, or A.
If you would be quiet and stop talking, I asked a question and he's answering it. And yes, you get a point. So a ratio is a comparison of two quantities used in division. So it is a fraction. Today we're going to talk about trig ratios, and you can only use these with right triangles. So it is a ratio of lengths of two sides of a right triangle. You can use these to find a missing side or angle in a right triangle. Only in a right triangle. Nope. And you also use these if it only gives you one side and an angle, and you can't use Pythagorean theorem, use your trig ratios. So that's why we're learning this one. We can't use our trig ratios. Now, our trig ratios are sine, cosine, and tangent. And it is an abbreviation called SOHCAHTOA. Please write this abbreviation, or this acronym, on your paper. It's SOH. See, I don't care where you write it. Write it in your notebook. That's fine. CAHTOA. It's on the paper already. SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA.
Soak your toe. There you go.
Alright, so the S stands for sine.
Sine or sine?
Sine. S-I-N-E. So this is how you spell the trigonometry ratio for sine. S-I-N-E. It's not sine like sign language or a street sign. It's sine like a mathematical operation.
Sine field.
That's S-E-I-N.
Sine field.
C stands for cosine. And T stands for tangent. Now, each of these letters represents a part of a right triangle. And you use sine, cosine, and tangent on our angles. Now, O stands for the opposite leg. My orange is dying.
They died for cookies. With their expensive.
The H stands for hypotenuse. So when you're looking at an angle and you want to find the sine of that angle, you look for the leg that's opposite it and the hypotenuse. So you have a leg that's opposite, and then you have a leg that's right next to it. What word describes right next to that starts with an A? Adjacent. Take a point. So cosine is the adjacent leg. And what does H stand for? Hypotenuse. And then for tangent, you don't use the hypotenuse at all. So tangent is opposite
Adjacent.
and adjacent.
Ooh.
And what do you think you're going to do with these two lengths? If it makes a ratio, what are you going to do with them? Divide them. Take a point. Are we ready?
No.
You're fine.
Adjacent. Adjacent and what? Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it.
You're still writing and looking at the board. Okay, so if we're looking for the sine of A, we know that sine is what?
The opposite leg.
Divided by the?
Hypotenuse.
Good. So it's opposite divided by hypotenuse. And let's look at this angle. Now it's asking for the sine of A. What leg is opposite of A? You look across from it,
D.
and it is
Lowercase a.
lowercase a. Look at you go. And what is our hypotenuse?
C.
That's it.
Lowercase
That's
e.
all you do. Isn't it magic?
Super.
Sin and cos.
All right, cosine of A. Cosine is what?
Adjacent hypotenuse.
Adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Ooh, Blair. What leg is adjacent to A?
D.
And what's our hypotenuse? Take a point. And finally, to find the tangent of A, what would we divide?
The opposite divided by adjacent.
Can y'all see the yellow?
Yes.
Yeah. I can see it. That's like
I don't know why I keep doing that. All right, what leg is opposite of A? No, what is opposite of A? Opposite. A. And what is adjacent?
B.
B. And what do we not use on tangent? Hypotenuse. All right, are you ready to practice on this triangle? Who remembers our triples?
I moved it.
A Pythagorean triple. Give me a Pythagorean triple other than 3, 4, 5.
3, 6, 12.
That's not a triple.
5, 12, 13.
5, 12, 13. Take a point.
8, 15, 17.
All right, so this is going to be 5. This is going to be 12. This is going to be 13. Mazzaro, you also get a point, but we're just not using that one. All right, so we're going to use these, and we're going to find the sine of A, the cosine of A, and the tangent of A.
I know one of them.
Wait just a minute. Let everybody write this down. Get to this stage now. But I'm glad you know this, because we're probably going to have a quiz on it soon.
Oh my God.
All right, sine of A. So sine is opposite divided by adjacent, correct? Find angle A. Pretend like you're shining a flashlight across the room, and what is opposite of angle A? 12. Thank you. Sweet baby Jesus. Yes. And then what's your hypotenuse?
13.
Dun, 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 dun.
Is that it?
Yep. You could also divide it and get a fraction. I mean, get the decimal.
That's a long way though. Man.
You're still doing the same thing.
Got it.
All right, now let's find the cosine of A. Cosine is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So find A. Adjacent is the leg right next to it. So what leg is right next to A?
5.
5. Also, if we're saying a leg, you have to use 2 points. 1 point is an angle. So if I want to know the leg that's next to A, that's adjacent, that would be AB, or 5. Does everybody understand?
Yes.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the H.
Because you're dividing it by the hypotenuse.
Thank you. Does everybody see how I got 5 divided by 13? Magic. All right, let's find the tangent of A. Tangent is opposite divided by adjacent. What is opposite of A? 12. And what is adjacent to A? Awesome. Take one. All right, do the same thing for angle C. You don't ever do it for the right angle. Just to let you know. So I want you to find the sine, cosine, and tangent for angle C.
Oh, blue.
Hey, Raven. From now on, you're just going to put it on my desk. Nope. I know. But sorry is a band-aid on broken glass. He's not going to do crap where he has to apologize over and over and over again.
He's going to be crystallized.
He's not going to be talking.
It could be. Your kid's going to be the change of the world.
I hope so.
He should be the president. Oh, yeah.
We actually need a lady president.
Feel like that. Well, we're going to stop. All right, sine of C. What'd y'all get?
5.
5.
Divided by 13.
Did everybody get 5 divided by 13?
I did now.
Do you need another mo to finish cosine and tangent?
Yes.
All right, I'll give you a mo.
Yes.
Talking about crystallizing the baby Not crystallizing.
We're not doing that to my baby.
Crystallizing. Everybody said that. I think you're going to like that thing that they had.
A mobile? Yes.
What's it middle name?
London.
Did y'all do 13, 13?
Rowing in the boat.
Rowing one in the boat. That's a unique name. How'd you get rowing?
You'd use like the opposite or adjacent would be B, right? Never mind.
Because we're doing C, not A.
Yeah, but
What's adjacent to C?
the adjacent
Leg.
leg.
So it's BC divided by the hypotenuse. And what do we get for tangent? 5 divided by 12. Good. Take a point. All right. Now you are writing. Oh, I'm stuck. You're writing trig ratios practice. This little workbook. You're going to glue it onto 55B. Or tape it or attach it somehow. Yes.
Are we doing that tomorrow?
No, this is your homework.
Oh,
It's 6 problems. Yes. You fold it so it looks like this. So the words are on the outside.
I feel like your baby's really going to.
I'm not sure why you're up. Do they have an extra one in their tower? Does anybody have an extra one of these? Sit for a minute. Can you hand one to him? Or let him? Alright, then fold it backwards because you still want to be able to see these words.
We'll put that in the back.
And then fold it again because you want to be able to see where you glue now.
Just make it look like a book.
Did you fill in your tattoo with marker? It's purple.
She can't do it while she's pregnant. She's gonna get
No.
the baby
why they, if you're gonna give you big chunks, they do it in pieces. That's why Mama hasn't got her, half sleeve. You don't look good with
It's not good for you. It raises your heart rate, and your heart rate can't get too high when you're pregnant. Alright, so now what I want you to do is I want you to open it, and then I want you to open it again. Alright, so this is problem 1. I want you to find the cosine and tangent and sine of E and F. This is problem 2. I want you to find sine, cosine, and tangent of P and Q. Write this down.
I took a picture of it. Just 1 and 2?
No.
The whole thing? Yes. I'm just wondering.
Then you're going to flip it around. You're going to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of P and Q. And the same thing for P and Q. Then you're going to close it. Sine, cosine, and tangent of F and E. And P and Q. This cannot be turned in late, so make sure it's done. You're going to write down the problems on a sticky note or a note card, and then you're just going to hand it to me.
Right.